Ashik Nathwani by 9 racks to 7. So both practice racks have been played here on the main table. It's time for the lag. A lag that is won by Pierfrancesco Garzia. He's a big lad, Carl.
Yeah, he's not going to need to use the bridge very often on this match. Well over 6 feet. Hasn't made the intended ball, it's that yellow 1 ball. He stays at the table because another one has gone in, it's the green 6.
Of course, 3 tables are being streamed for you on WNT TV from this tournament. On table 3 right now, Liu Riteng is in a real battle against Sam Henderson, the youngster from Iowa, 6-5 down. Table 2, Robbie Capito and Marcel Price locked together at 5-5.
This is the side of the sport for me where this separates the top tier player from the rest. Most of these guys, you know, when the balls are all in the open, you can all pretty much knock them in, but when they're a bit tricky, you've got to make decisions and play safeties. This is where the gap is. First shot wasn't good. Left an edge, but it's always difficult to get the hook just behind one particular ball. Off the back rail, was in the side rail, but the back rail from where he was stood, he fluked it, and he's not. Does have a bit of an angle here. Say that because look where the blue 2 is, it's at the bottom end of the table. He's going to pop this and try and come all the way down. That ain't going to get the job done. He's put himself in jail here.
Relearning that if the ball is close to a pocket, so often the cue ball bites into the cushion and just will not behave itself.
It's not bad when you're in jail and you can get out of it with a shot like that. In the back of his mind, he had an outside chance of making the ball. Just look at the bottom of the side at first glance. No, changed his mind. He's going to roll the cue ball onto the 9.
Of course, we talked about him winning the Premier League, which was worth $20,000. That's his biggest payday. But he also finished runner-up in the Turning Stone Classic right at the start of the year. But Garzia is one of those players who will not be intimidated by reputation. Yes, the only player who could beat Neuhausen in the Turning Stone Classic back in January was the Filipino veteran Lee Van Corteza.
How steep he's going to get. He's got the cue ball popping. I'll tell you what, if that's the shot he's played, it's insane. Bobby Capito, defending champions, just got in the lead. And there's Marcel Price, 6 racks to 5. The old kick and stick in, Garzia. Keep the cue ball there, get rid of the throw, get open. That has been absolutely butchered.
Yes, it was a case of kick, but no stick. By the way, I incorporated that into a few snooker commentaries on the World Championship recently, the old kick and stick. I think it's a great piece of terminology.
Yeah, it's just a shame Garzia doesn't have it in the locker. Right, mess of it. Probably won't cost him rack 1. It's a shot the players have become so good at. Now, as this match progresses, Phil, I want you to watch what Neuhausen does with his piece of chalk. I want you to tell me what you've spotted.
He places it on the diamond.
Every time he's got this weird obsession with covering a diamond with his chalk. He can't just put it anywhere, it has to cover a diamond.
Yeah, and of course that is a superstition more than anything else. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, that's a very unique thing he does. There you see, he has to put it on one of them little diamonds. Them diamonds, you know what they're for, Phil?
Well, for sizing, aren't they?
Nope. It's an old school way of keeping score. You put a coin under the rail and you move it around. That tells you the score.
But they do help with sighting as well, of course.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can use them for like kicking out of hooks and things like that, but it's actually keeping score. Or in Neuhausen's case, putting his chalk in.
He will be pleased with that rack. And so, Neuhausen, who is the favourite for this match, but by no means a certainty, wins the opening rack. And when you consider, we've talked about him being runner-up in the Turning Stone Classic, winner of the Premier League, he also got to the last 16 of the European Open, and at the Derby City Classic he was 8th in Banks pool and 10th in Nineball, so he's had a pretty good start to the season.
So many of the European players at the beginning of the season all got their eyes on trying to play for Europe in the Mosconi Cup, and I'm sure that's a goal of Moritz's this season.
Yeah, it's still 7 months away, but it's talked about, and quite rightly so. It's the perfect crescendo to a year of pool, and this year it's Alexandra Palace. Europe, of course, will have the home fans for backing, and I'm sure they will be quite loud.
Real good break off. What's he going to be left with? Well, he's got a bit of a shot here into this lower left corner. Phil's just taking a break. It's a Kit Kat, by the way.
Yeah, that particular firm, years ago, sponsored a tournament, a snooker tournament that was exclusively open to world champions. It got a great name, actually, considering its catchphrase, the Kit Kat break for world champions.
So you're still getting your freebies from that tournament, Phil?
Well, I didn't attend. It was well before my time covering the circuit, but yeah, it was played in Nottingham, not too far from here.
It's the 8 ball. Got in his way. I think it's just creeped past him. Close matches, it seems. Quite a lot of the tables. Capito still 6-5 above the price. Lulu 10, 6-6 over the young American Sam Henderson. Lucius Yap. He's 5-3 over Anthony Ginn. Tom Staveley playing a fellow Brit, David Hopkin. Staveley's 8-7 up.
You can just see Neuhausen feeling more comfortable, more full of self-belief with each passing tournament.
Yeah, that confidence just comes from winning, doesn't it? Winning tournaments, winning matches. Wow, he took the OCD of the chalk to a whole new level there. It was a little bit wonky. He actually stood back up and straightened it up.
Well, the Nineball was pretty straight, wasn't it? Right down the long rail, and so 2-0 for the 2022 European Under-23 Nineball champion. That's when he first came to real notice. He's still only 21 years of age, from Gummersbach in Germany. Of course, in 2023, won a WNT ranking event, the Connecticut Open. Won the Medellin Open title in Mexico City last year. And in 2023, partnering Joshua Phillip, appeared in the final of the World Cup. So already, even at 21 years of age, he's got a decent CV. That's one of the great things about the World Nineball Tour, one of many great things. The fact that we've got so many youthful prospects in the pipeline. And Neuhausen is very much among those.
Yeah, you can't put the blue 2. You can just see where it's finished. The brown 7's in the way. I don't think you can see any piece in the blue 2, so it's going to be the push out. Okay, Pierfrancesco will have the option. He can play the shot or give it back if he doesn't like it.
I've got a question for you, Carl, at the end of this rack. It's not about anything statistical, just your opinion on someone who has started off this tournament really well. Julian Serradilla. He beat Claudio Cacci earlier, 9-7. Well, I'll ask the question now. What do you know about him?
It's a very simple answer, not a lot. Whereabouts is he from?
Switzerland.
Okay, wow.
Obviously today against Cacci, the younger brother of Eklund Cacci, the Swiss did not miss.
Yeah, there's new names popping up all over the show, isn't there? Keep an eye out on him in winners round 2. Yeah, Garzia decided to play the shot and it went wrong, but Moritz said to play a real thin one. He only had one ball to land behind. It's gone wrong, so the Italian is back at the table with a pretty good chance here. He's got to get this first positional shot right, purely because of where the pink 4 ball is. So he needs a nice angle on the red 3.
Robbie Capito putting a modicum of daylight between himself and Marcel Price now. 7-5. Had a little chat with Robbie actually after his first match, and I was mentioning to him the fact that Kevin Lenoy had played for Belgium in the World Cup and that he does domestically very well in Belgium. I think Robbie was a little surprised. He'd not really heard of his opponent before. Maybe it was just as well I told him all those things after the match, not before. But Capito beat Kevin Lenoy, who wasn't at his best, but now on the one-loss side of the draw, Lenoy is on the hill against Win Balatri of France at 7-4.
Yeah, queuing off the rail here just makes the puck a little more trickier.
Tricky, undoubtedly, yes, but that's the kind of ball you have to knock in, given the standard of the opposition. Just a quick snippet from table 4. Jani Sikkanen of Finland has won the first 2 racks against Eklund Kachi.
Ball needs to slow down here. There's a little thin one. I'm sure we can manage this one.
I like the Neuhausen outfit. I think it's very snazzy.
Yeah, it's got a feel of a little bit more of a Dutch shirt though, hasn't it? Something like Niels Fein would be wearing.
Yes, and of course, anyone who follows pool in continental Europe will know that Holland and Germany are big rivals. That was lovely from Neuhausen. Played the ball in pocket weight to ensure that the cue ball didn't travel behind the black. The 7 fully available, and now 3-0 very much on the cards.
Yeah, you know, when you come up against these winners, you've got to take your opportunities. The pot in the side, it's harsh, but it just has to go. If you're not knocking them in, you ain't going to be beating these.
So there it is. First 3 racks go to the young German with a very big future. I can tell you on table 4, Eklund Kachi has won the 3rd rack, so Jani Sikkanen's lead reduced to 2-1. Looks okay for Mieszko Fortunski in his first match this year. 12 months on from being runner-up to Robbie Capito here in 2024. He lost the opening rack to Patrick Mungiori of Romania, but now Fortunski leads 7-2. If you were watching earlier on the Eklund Kachi match against Ruben de Campo, you might be interested to know the Argentinian is 1-0 up on Philip Wildman. Tony Burton in round 2 on the winner's side, 1 rack away from beating another player from the Argentine, Ariel Castro. Piers Labutis 1-0 upon George Antonakis. Cancelim from Germany 5-1 upon Spasian Spasov. Francesco Candela, he's 2-0 upon Hubert Lepotko. And Sam Henderson has hit the front on table 3 against Liu Riteng. What a good win that would be for Henderson. Well, he's 7-6 ahead. By the way, great to see so many players from Argentina here in Telford. There's a vibrant pool community there. What a beautiful country it is.
Yeah, never been, but some pictures and videos, and yeah, good to see some of their pool players come over to England for the UK Open. Real pleasant surprise that was. This young German is the player that sort of builds himself up for the show, doesn't he? Down. This is a big shot off the rack. Middle of the pocket. things are going in clean. That just means your ball striking is a little more pure. Look at this positional shot, just long round with a bit of right, comes over and just stops absolutely plumb.
He's the best of both worlds, Neuhausen. Yes, he's got youthful exuberance every time he comes to a tournament. He's like a kid at Christmas. But while he's got that exuberance, he's not got the impetuosity of youth. I think his shot selection is quite mature, actually.
Yeah, let's not forget he'll have had a fair few practice sessions over the years with a certain Mr. Filler. Doesn't practice with him anymore, does his own thing. I don't know when he was, I'm going to say when he was younger, but he's 21, so calm down a little bit there, Carlito. When you're locked in a room playing Filler, you've got to sharpen your skills, otherwise you're watching a lot, you learn a lot.
Well, what we're learning here is that Moritz Neuhausen is in total control. He leads Pierfrancesco Garzia by 4 racks to 0. So another question for you, Carl. He's 21, is Neuhausen. At the age of 21, what was your pool development?
Well, I've done it all, seen it all, got the t-shirt. No, joking aside, 21, I think I was still... What year was that? Yeah, I'll come back to you on that, Phil. Throwing these silly questions. That was 20 years ago, man.
Well, yeah, okay, so it was 2005.
Oh, 2005. That's a little easier. Remember the IPT in America?
Yes.
That had just been set up. So in 2005, I decided to javel my English pool cue across a car park. That's no joke, I really did. And the reason why I did it, it might sound a bit mental.
You said that javel?
Yeah, I launched it.
But like a javelin?
Yes, like a javelin. But the reason why I did it is because, I mean, I could have just put it in the bin, I get it, but I wanted to destroy the cue because I knew if I didn't, I'd be tempted to mix them both. So I thought if I get rid of the cue, I've no choice but to play the IPT, which was basically American 8-ball on this table. But then when that folded, after 2 years, I thought I do like this American game, and I've been all over America, travelling around, trying to qualify for the tour, and then play in the major tour. Ronnie O'Sullivan played in one of them, and Efren Reyes won the big one. It was $500,000 to the winner. So when it folded, and I just thought I can't go back playing English pool. I've just been travelling all over America, so that's why I decided to stick at the American game and start playing Nineball. So in 2005, it's pretty much when I first started playing American pool.
Okay, so while Moritz Neuhausen is pretty much the finished product, you are still in your early stages of 9-ball development.
Yeah, my first big major 9-ball event was the 2007 World 9-ball Championships in Manila, and that, bizarrely enough, was the last Matchroom World 9-ball Championships until, of course, recently.
Yeah, won by Daryl Peach in the Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah, he beat Roberto Gomez in the final. It was Gomez who knocked me out in the semi-final. So even though I didn't win the event, I had like a lot of success straight away. You know, playing my first, I think I played some Euro tours before that, obviously, but it was my first big major tournament.
And of course, Gomez still going strong stateside, winning tournaments over there.
Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't come to these, really, Gomez, because he always had the talent. Well, as you said, he lives in America now and he plays in a lot of the American events, but we just don't see him at these open events, do we? Which is a shame. I'm sure he'll play the US Open though, and the Florida Open, but if not coming up in August.
Well, I must say I'm really looking forward to that trip, because in between there's another big event in Virginia.
Yeah, have you decided what you're going to do, Phil? I know we could have this conversation in private, but may as well share it with the fans.
Well, Jeremy Jones has invited me to take a road trip from Florida up to Virginia and then over to Atlantic City, so I think I'll take him up on that.
Well, my invite must have got lost in the post. Needs to catch a rail. Yeah, the red 3 hit a rail, so that's legal. After contact, the ball must strike the rail or go in the pocket. So you and Jeremy on a secret road trip?
It's not secret. I think if you pay your share of gas, you are invited, but Jeremy is the one to confirm that.
Phil, between you and Jeremy, you don't have to. You're not desperate to chase me for a couple of dollars. Come on. Wish I was a pound behind you, sir, Phil. Trying to kick at a difficult red 3. That was really difficult. It's costing ball in hand.
We could, of course, trade Jeremy's car in for one of those small little motorbikes and do a reenactment of Dumb and Dumber.
Clearly you're the dumber, I'm the dumb.
Well, that's debatable. Anyway, back to the pool.
Yeah, back to the pool. Yeah, I'm just trying to see this little cluster on the right. Purple 5. Presume we can play the combo on the 7. That's what I was having a look at. But the 8 ball still doesn't pot. So something needs to be moved. Well, from the over, maybe he does squeeze it.
Table 15 result, Tony Burton from right here in the UK has beaten Ariel Casto 9-7.
Yeah, Ariel Castro had a good win in round 1, Phil. Remember who it was? I was speaking to Tony before. He asked me, do I know his opponent? So he beat some pretty decent in round 1. The 8 ball goes now.
Yes, he did beat someone decent. New Zealander Sullivan Clark 9-5.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a good win for Tony Burton. Doing it on home soil.
The match on table 2 could be close to its completion. Robbie Capito has got 3 what should be routine balls to beat Marcel Price 9-5.
Yeah, Price had a little lead in this match as well, so it's been very close. It looks like Capito is going to get the job done.
And of course there is a Welsh connection with Robbie Capito, because the head Q Sports coach at the Hong Kong Institute of Sport is Wayne Griffiths, who is the son of the late great Terry Griffiths, the 1979 World Snooker Champion. So Robbie has received a lot of guidance from one Welshman. Here he's beating another. (9-5) is the scoreline. It is 2-0 for the defending champion. There's a big fat 0 against the name of Pierfrancesco Garzia. Moritz Neuhausen jumping out into a 5-0 lead. Table 17, by the way, Hill Jonas Kornmesser and Frank Hughes. That's a second round match on the winner's side. And I've got to tell you this scoreline: Yanni Sikkonen 4-1 up on Eklund Kachi.
Yeah, decent player. The Finnish player, Yanni. Don't be fooled, and the fact that, you know, they're not playing centre stage will just give Yanni that little help, that little edge. Breaking, wonderful. The one ball in the side doesn't look like he's got to look at the blue too. If he has, it's a slender edge.
Only two first-round matches which were scheduled for today are still in progress. The rest of the pool out there is first round on the loser's side, second round on the winner's side.
Garzia's got to play this one. Looks like he can get the blue 2 out of that area and kind of leave the cue ball down in this corner. A lot of balls there to get the hook. That's what he's playing. He's trying to leave the cue ball down here. Oh, wow, I'm going to say made a mess of that, but luckily the ball's gone in and he's got a look at the blue too. Maybe that's the only way he's going to win a rack in this match. A bit of luck from the pool gods. Still got to get into this one, aim low and kind of like, it's like playing a kill shot, drag shot. Yeah, see the cue ball timed it nice. That just stops the cue ball flying up the table. And you've got a steep angle. Green 6 does go in the side, but also it sets up for not the worst combo on the 9. That wins you the rack. Go 6-9 combo to win the rack, to win your first rack of this match.
Nicely done. So the whitewash is averted. Garzia now looking to try and mount a full-scale fight back. They see there's quite some distance between 6 and 9. That had to be made, and he made it with aplomb.
Yeah, it was the fluke on the blue 2. Trying to play safe. Another ball went in, and he won't care. All he cares about is winning a rack.
I can tell you, Liu Teng at the table in the 16th rack against Sam Henderson. Henderson on the hill at 8-7. It's actually really tense over on table 3, and Liu Riteng misses the 2 badly. So maybe slamming Sam Henderson can put this to bed, although the 4 isn't best placed, very close to the 8. The 2 remaining first round matches going on. Shane Walford of US Mosconi Cup fame, he's 4 each with Carlo Blasi of the UK, and Can Salim on the hill against Spasian Spasov at 8-1.
Yeah, this is a real opportunity for some of the kind of tier 2 players, if you like, this week. Some of the stars, some of the biggest names in the sport are missing. They've got contractual duties in China with the Q sponsors, FSR, Shane Van Bonen, Meadow Ghost. Bit of work to do here. See what he's faced with. The obvious safety doesn't really look to be there. You're playing safe at Nineball. You are trying to protect both balls. Maybe you could play off the left edge, run your cue ball off the top rail and come down left side of the table. Don't really know where the 6 is going. It's awkward, this. So that was the shot Garzia played, and it wasn't bad because the blue 2 doesn't pass that red 3. Yeah, he's running the cue ball in behind the 6, needs to stop. Good effort. That just shows you how difficult of a shot and position he was in there.
Well, if Garzia can get through to the 2 and he makes any kind of contact with the 3, that's in. Impossible to keep out.
It doesn't take much to turn a match on its head. 5-0 down, flukes the ball, wins the rack, and now he's got a chance here. He's got to take these though.
At one point there, I thought that cue ball was just about going to squirt out into the open, but the potting angle isn't available.
Yeah, a little swerve on this ball, it looks like. It's not happening, is it? Fair enough, he's not left a pot, but he just isn't getting out, is he? He just can't clear the table.
Yes, and now Neuhausen, if he can see the 4 enough, which I'm sure he can place the Italian in some hefty trouble. Well, that was weak. Fans of Eklenkachi, of which there are many, will be relieved to know he's back to only 4-3 down against Jani Sikkanen.
Also, fans of the Wilson family will be pleased to know Neil Wilson has won his first rack of the UK Open, 1-1 against fellow Brit Mark Foster.
Neil is the father, of course.
Yep, the father of Niall Wilson. Really enjoying their time here today. Things are not going too well for Niall. He's 3-0 down against Holger Viet.
Well, first it was a weak attempt to get the hook and then a scratch. So the excellence of Moritz Neuhausen to 5-0 is temporarily disappearing.
Presume this goes, Phil. Must just be able to see the potting angle. No, a lot of the ball sticking out. Needs this to get past the 9, which it has done. Slow down, boy, the table looks quick. It just kept rolling and rolling. Watch out, corner pocket. Okay, he's dicing with death. It really is. This is... I think he's got to go around the back of the 9 here, Phil. I don't think you can roll this in off one rail. It's not a bad thing by any stretch. A lot of the guys will spin the cue ball 3 rails. Let's see if he does that. Yeah, see it? 1, 2, 3. Don't hit the 9. Wow, that's just made things trickier.
Yeah, horrible little shot this, because he's so close to his work.
Yeah, and it's not a player with loads of confidence. It's been a real grind the opening 6-7 racks here, so he's going to be feeling it a bit. And it just simply has to go in the pocket.
See a lot of these kind of shots undercut. Oh well, we'll never know with that one. It was an out-and-out miscue.
Yeah, it was a foul. That's balling out, that. The cue ball hit the shaft of the cue. Here's another look. Watch the cue ball on the shaft. Oh yeah, complete miss hit. He was scared of the shot, and on delivery, he put the cue through way too quick. You've got to be almost like a little bit the opposite way, really exaggerated and slow delivery, and just trust the angle that you've picked.
Yes, we didn't see the 9-ball go in, but I'm sure you assumed that that was going to be knocked in anyway, because the shot that decided it wasn't the 9-ball potted, it was the 9-ball miscue. And so Moritz Neuhausen now 6-1 ahead when it could have been 5-2 in a much more competitive contest. Talking about competitive contests, what about Liu Riteng and Sam Henderson? Liu Riteng has just broken off in the deciding 17th rack. It's 8-8, and what a good break off it is. immediately he's got the chance to get over the line and consign Henderson to the one-loss side of the draw. Now this is table 3. You would think this rack might be all about the 2-ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, boy, that was wide. That was such a bad shot. I mean, yeah, he had a big pocket, but there's no way he played it like that. Because you wouldn't risk moving the 4 anywhere else on the table. That could have ended up sitting on the 8, could have landed in front of the cue ball, got away with one there. He's actually moved the pink 4 in a better position and all. Because after he pops this, it's not as hard to then get on the purple 5.
Yes, and now he's absolutely banging to make it to winner's qualification. This is the beauty of WNT TV, not just one table streamed. In the case of this tournament, tables 1, 2 and 3, and that's why you can always see these exciting finishes.
So it's hard when you lose a match like this. One thing Sam Henderson's going to take away from it though, if he does go on to lose, is A, he's still in the tournament, and B, yeah, he's got time on his side. Such a young man playing Nineball as the sport, he's growing, and Matchroom, they're doing their best to make this into a professional sport. So he's just got to go away, learn from it, and keep grinding. As I said, still in the tournament, more than capable of coming through the loser's side of the draw to put his name in the hat for the final 64. Wants to draw the cue ball back to where it is now. Yeah, he has got the job done. Fair play, he were under it a little bit.
Yes, and he looked under it. But in the final analysis, LRT is A-OK. Liu Riteng defeats Sam Henderson by 9 racks to 8. So it's winner's qualification for the shaven-headed player from Chinese Taipei. Did we just see the beginning of the end in the match between Neuhausen and Garzia? Well, Carl, he's got to be delighted with that break.
Yeah, we'll get to see the table layout when the ref moves the template. Said earlier, he's breaking really well. 8 days of Premier League pool will do that to you. Afternoon and evening sessions for 8 solid days playing the best players in the world. Little thin one here. He's trying to find the gap in between the red and the purple for position. And he's just basically nudged into a ball. shot here required. You can play it off one rail actually, a little bit left. Cue ball onto this bottom short rail, as we call it, and go straight back up in a straight line. Just struggling with the reach, isn't he? He's changed his mind, he's swinging it round. It's also okay as well, nothing wrong with that. I think he just wanted to double check his angle. Catch, he's still 4 or 5-3, just changed then, yeah, Yanni. So you can now 5-3 up over Eklund Catchy. Eklund Catchy, a former winner of this very tournament. Jeremy Jones actually said that was the best final he's ever seen when he beat Joshua Filler, put a clinic over Filler. Not sure if you can remember that far back, Phil.
Well, being as I was there, yes, I think I can.
It was about 2 years ago.
3.
Are we seeing a future world champion or a future US Open champion right before our eyes?
I think it's too early to say, but he will be, I think, a regular winner of tournaments. He already is. He's certainly got the discipline, the dedication, the comportment, and he's gaining the experience to compete at the highest level. This match, he's not been put under any pressure, mind you. He leads 7-1. Dway Hwai Din over on table 18 is playing a gentleman with a great name, Del Ding of China. Din leads 2-0. Naoki Oi, Japan's leading player, who is such a joy to watch. He got to the final of the European Open, of course, in Bosnia. He's 2-0 up on Petra Urban. Kwopo Cheng and Phuang Nam Pham, that's Chinese Taipei against Vietnam. 3-3 in a tough match to call. 5-5, Shane Walford and Carlo Blasi. Over on table 2, Tyler Steyer has won the first rack against Fernando Romero Martinez of Spain. And your pupil, Niall Wilson, sent to the one-loss side with a 9-0 defeat earlier. Well, he's still searching for his first rack because he's 4-0 down to Holger Veer.
My pupil, love that.
Well, you did give him some advice and it was all filmed on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it was more of a, this is the rules of Nineball. But he's actually not the worst cueist, you know, joking aside. He's got an English 8-ball table in his flat, he was telling me. He likes to play with his, his mates, and he says, oh, once we start, we just can't stop, and we're there all night playing. So, he enjoys the pool. He's not familiar with a 9-ball, and it was a case of just giving him as many tips as you sort of can in a short frame time. But listen, he's enjoying it. He's a competitor, isn't he? He's an athlete. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, and let's put it this way. He's better at 9-ball pool than we would be at gymnastics. I can't imagine myself on a pommel horse somehow.
Well, speak for yourself, Phil. Yeah, to be fair, the only horse I'm any good at is the bay horse, the local boozer. Another good break from Moritz. No shot on the lowest ball, which is the red 3. There goes the push out. I presume he's left a small edge. And if he has, I think he'll take it on. strange push out. I mean, yeah, he's 7-1 up. He knows his opponent has not performed in this match, but you play that push out against the top 16, you're going to be in this very spot. He'll go close to potting the ball if he hits it. Nineball meant in the side, nearly wet in the top. Outside chance here, he's got to pump it in. A lot of top spin. Even a little bit of right English and swing the cue ball round the back of the 8 ball. Good luck.
Neuhausen's fellow countryman cancelled him. He's won his first match 9-1 against Spassi and Spasov, so Walford and Blassie, the only first round match still going. As for Garzia, he just can't get going. Of course, the early stages split over the first 2 days, so when I say there's only one more first round match still going, that's today. Obviously the other half of the first round will be played tomorrow.
Oh, I like this. Pay attention. Using the 9 ball. It's all about speed, getting a good 3 ball. It's a red 3 ball.
Well, contact made, but the 3, of course, is potable. Played that at the speed most likely the pocket would accept it. That was more expansive. Looks as though Moritz Neuhausen is going to be on the hill shortly. Okay, Garzia isn't world class and he's not really shown up in this match, but I think from what we've seen, Neuhausen is clearly in the groove.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. The man sat in his chair and he's trailing 8 racks to 1. There's the writing on the wall. Will Garzia be going over to the left side of the draw soon?
So this is the 5th match on centre stage so far today, and only one of them has been competitive. That was the Eklund Kachi win over Ruben da Campo. Talking of Kachi, well, he's 6-4 down now to Jani Siikkonen. Other round 2 matches, Piers Labutis on the list of potential winners. He's 6-0 up on George Antonakis. Dimitris Lukatos 3-2 over Tang Ching Ting. Kwepo Cheng 4-3 over Phuong Nam Pham. Jonas Kornmesser came through that tight battle with Frank Hughes, 9-8. Aloysius Schaap got the better of the second half of the match to beat Anthony Ginn, 9-3. Francesco Candela, one of Garzia's fellow countrymen, he's fallen up on Hubert Lopotko. Salvador Garcia, who beat Riku Rompainen earlier, he's taken the first rack from Terry Challenger. And Hunter Lombardo, well, he's won 11 racks on the trot so far today. He won his first contest 9-0, and now he's 2-0 up on Jack McDermott.
Okay, Neuhausen to break. He's on the hill, and he's just one more rack. By goes the one ball. He's got a look at the blue two. All the balls are in the open. Can't see any real clusters. Just to see how he plays this. I feel like Joshua Philippots, the blue two, and gets the cue ball off that top rail and then off the left rail near the 9. So he'd play position off 3 rails. Is he just going to float it down? Yeah, he is. Nothing silly yet. And Neuhausen has had an easy day's work.
As with all good players at this stage, there's no extravagance. Just going about his task with total efficiency. Neuhausen won the first 5 racks. Garzia won the 6th, and he might well have won the 7th. But he played a questionable positional shot onto the 9. Cue ball came very close to the 9 ball. Basically, he miscued and fouled by catching the ball with the shaft of his cue. With ball in hand, there was no way that Neuhausen wasn't going to go 6-1 up. And after that, the challenge of Garcia has just fizzled away.
Oh, the cue ball has come to rest. Perfect there. It's got this little angle. Don't really want to roll this. You can just play a soft stun out to centre of the table. The pocket from this angle is massive. So the only really way you can miss this is kind of sending it into the bottom jaw. If you hit kind of anywhere on the left rail, pretty much go in. As long as you don't hit it too hard, of course. There you go. Well, Neuhausen's going to be happy the way he's played.
Yes, indeed. If he's not happy, he should be. Moritz Neuhausen comes through 9-1 against Pierfrancesco Garzia.